everyone, today I'm going to show you a lower body and toning routine that I just came up with. It's something that you can do right in your living room, your bedroom, really anywhere that you have just a little bit of space, and you don't need any equipment. All you really need is just a towel and a water bottle to keep you hydrated. So I guess if you're ready, I'm ready. Okay, so I guess we're going to start with, I guess I'll just call this side leg lifts and squats. I don't really have a creative name for calling this combination that I'm about to show you. But it's basically, we're going to do 3 different exercises back to back to create a 4 exercise combo. And it's going to look like this. It's going to be a side leg lift, followed by an open stance squat, side leg lift, and then a ski squat, or a closed stance squat. So we're going to do the side leg lift to kind of work that outer thigh. Now we're going to get in position to do an open stance squat. So you want your legs a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and then you're just going to squat down. You want your knees to be at about a 90-degree angle. And then when you're coming up, I want you to think about pushing off through your heels and then squeezing your butt when you reach the top. So you're going to be down here. And think about pushing off through your heels and then squeezing at the top. That's kind of the secret to getting the most out of your squats. Then we're going to do another side leg lift. And then you're going to get your feet together in position to do a ski squat. Your feet are about shoulder level. You're going to squat down. Think about kicking your hips back like if you're sitting on a chair. And then you're going to push up through your heels and you're going to squeeze your butt. So that's the 4 exercise combo. Side leg lift, open stance squat, side leg lift, and ski squat. You want to do about 8 repetitions very slowly. That way you get the rhythm and you can concentrate and think about the different muscles that you're working. Once you do 8 repetitions very slow and controlled, I want you to do 4 a little bit faster, so increase the tempo. Since this is a toning and cardio exercise routine. Once you do your 4 repetitions at an increased tempo, you do the same thing on your other leg. You start off very slowly, side leg lift, open stance squat, side leg lift, close squat. Remember, you do 8 repetitions, very slow and controlled. And then the last 4, you increase the tempo to get your heart rate up. Good job. Next, we're going to move into our first cardio burst. So I want you to pick up your towel and I want you to roll it up. Try to roll it up as tight as you can, because we're going to be jumping right over it and I don't want you to trip. So once it's rolled up nice and tight, I want you to place it right next to your right foot. And now there's different ways of doing this depending on your fitness level. You can do 1 foot at a time, like this. And you want to go as fast as you can for about 30 seconds to a minute. And I always like putting my hands up here like I would in kickboxing. And you might do this, so it's okay. Just roll it up again. Or you can do it with both feet. This is a little bit more advanced. And again, 30 seconds to a minute. Okay. So that's going to be our first cardio burst. And once you finish that, I want you to take about 30 seconds just to recover. So I want you to take a couple of deep breaths. I also want you to get a drink of water to keep yourself hydrated, and then come back and I'll show you the rest. Okay, next we're going to move into cow flips with plie squats. So I want you to stand with your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. And the difference between the plie squats that we're about to do right now and the squats that we did earlier is our foot positioning. With the plie squat, you actually want to turn your toes out about a 45-degree angle. And it's going to help hit more of our inner thigh muscles. So this is your starting position. You want to keep your back straight, shoulders back and down, and your abs in. You're just going to squat down and come back up. Remember, the secret to getting the most out of your squats is to push up through your heels and then squeeze your butt. So don't forget to do that as you're doing your plie squats. Once you get the rhythm, I want you to add a calf lift to this. So now, instead of pushing up through our heels, we're going to come up on our toes and push up through our toes. That way we're doing the plie squat as well as the calf lift. So now we're really working those inner thighs and our calf muscles. Woof! As you can see, this requires balance. So you can actually take your arms out to keep yourself balanced throughout this exercise. And you want to do about 12 to 14. Then on the last one, I want you to keep it down here, and you're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, that's going to really burn. Immediately grab your towel, place it right in front of you, and we're going to go straight into calf lifts. So I want you to place the balls of your feet up on the towel. Your heels are going to be resting on the floor. Keep your back straight, abs in, and then you're just going to lift up on your toes and come back down. That's a calf lift. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, don't let your heels touch the floor. That way you're always keeping resistance on your calves. And actually, this is also a balancing exercise because you're standing on a rolled up towel, which is an unstable surface. So that in itself makes it a little bit more challenging than just regular calf lifts on the floor. So I like doing calf lifts until I feel a burn, and then when I feel the burn, I do about 5 more. So I want you to do the same. And then right away we're going to go into our second cardio burn. So you're going to place your towel right in front of you, and now you're going to jump forwards and back. You can do 1 foot at a time. Go as fast as you can for 30 seconds to a minute, or if you're more advanced, you do both feet together, front and back, for 30 seconds to a minute. That's your second cardio burst. Once you finish, I want you to take about 30 seconds to take a couple of deep breaths. Go get a drink of water, and then come back and I'll show you the rest. Okay, next we're going to move into a stationary lunge with this light back kick. So I'm actually going to turn this way, that way you can see exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to show you first what a stationary lunge looks like. So I want you to take a big step forward with your right foot, and this left leg is going to come up on its toes. So this is kind of your starting position. You want to keep your back straight. Try not to lean forward in this exercise. You really want to keep yourself centered. Then you're going to drop your back leg towards the floor, so your knee forms a 90-degree angle, and then you're going to come back up. So that's a stationary lunge. The secret to getting the most out of your lunge is actually pushing up through your heel. Although it may look like it's the back leg that's doing all the work, you actually want your front leg to do the work. So think about pushing up through that heel. Once you get the motion going, I want you to add a slight back kick. So lunge and slight kick. You want to do about 12 to 14 repetitions, and then you want to switch legs. So now take a step forward with your left leg, drop your back leg towards the floor, and then come back up. Remember, you're pushing up through that left heel. Once you get the rhythm going, add the slight back kick. So down and kick, down and kick. You want to do 12 to 14 repetitions.